Most on Christ. Yeah. Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahushuah, Shalom, Yahweh, Shemar, Shem Yahushuah, the priest, to all the brothers and sisters out there. This is priest and officer of 500 Mathamyah out of I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General YAHANNA. And, we've been teaching this truth about the Bible since 1969. Truth being that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the real Israelites of the Bible, and that we're God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep pushing this truth until, our king come back and give us the kingdom, and take this kingdom away from this devil, and we rule over this planet. Right. You know what I'm saying? We've been taught, throughout all these decades, under this devil, for hundreds and hundreds of years, the false way to live, the oppressor's way of thinking, his ideology, the way, his ways and his secrets and all this stuff, when we are supposed to be seeking after the Most High's ways. The Most High knows better than man. And the Most High, he wants us to come together. He wants us to be together and, following his law, statutes, and commandments. We shouldn't be following anybody else that claims they're a prophet of God and has no works to show for it. We shouldn't be following no preacher who claims he loves God, but then turns around and starts eating pork in his basement. You know what I'm saying? Or, loving another man. All the ways that's, folly and, against the Most High God. What we're supposed to be doing is following the Lord. And what he said to do is to gather ourselves together. Like it says in the book of Zephaniah 2:1. And if I could, can I get that real quick? Okay. All right, Most High Christ. Yeah. The Most High wants us to gather together. He wants us to come together for a reason. It's a very wise thing to do in this time, because in this time, we're like prey to everybody else. We're prey, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We're prey to everybody else. All these other nations are out to get us. Everybody, they already got us. You know what I'm saying? We're already, subjugated under these nations. If I could, can I get it?
God, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
It says what?
Gather yourselves together.
Go ahead.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
It says we're a nation that's not desired. That means all these other nations, man, they do not like us. They hate us. They want us to be still on the bottom of society and leeching off of us and making sure that we stay in that low state forever. They don't want us to be, they don't want us to have businesses like they do, successful businesses like they do. Because, if we set up a business, we get terrorized. There's a sister out here in Philly. I don't know the thing. You might know better than I do which part of Philly, but it's a sister that has a restaurant called Chubby something. You know what I mean?
So
Chubby Chicks, something like that. Chubby Chicks. Yeah. She opened up a restaurant and it's successful. It's a sister that owns it. People come in all the time. Got sisters coming in, and it's a very nice restaurant, right? Looks nice on the inside and everything. But we have oppressors and heathens coming up against it. We got oppressors laying dead rats in front of the restaurant. You got, them threatening her and everything, face to face, threatening her. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's really the uncivilized one? Who's really the one that's the animal and the people that need to be civilized? It's these Edomites. It's these oppressors. They need to be put in their place. You understand? We open up restaurants and we get terrorized. You know what I'm saying? We're not, desired on this earth. On this earth, we're hated. On this earth, we are the prey. The Most High said that we're supposed to be gathering ourselves together. Where do we gather together at? Do we gather together in another religious institute? You know what I mean? Do we go to a Muslim mosque? Do we go, to a Christian meeting or Christian Bible study? Do we go to any of these other places? We meet up and we come up here in the classes in the I.S.U.P.K. In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we learn our history, we learn our identity, You know what I'm saying? We learn who we truly are according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? According to this Bible right here, according to this Bible, we are the Lord's lost sheep of the house of Israel. You know what I mean? We're his chosen people. You understand? And if I could, let's get Deuteronomy 7:6. If I could. You know what I mean? Because the false it's a great misnomer, you know what I mean, spread around in this world that says, you know what I mean, that blacks and Hispanics are not, you know what I mean, anything other than being the chosen people of God. We are the ones, you know, that's just supposed to be in this condition. We're the ones that's supposed to be suffering. This is our place, and we like the pet in this place. And that's supposed to be getting the scraps, that's supposed to just, you know, stay in the background. Or and be unalived in silence without no one speaking up against it. But contrary to that, you know what I'm saying, the Most High says we are his chosen people. And we're about to read it right now. Good?
God, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
For what?
Thou art an holy people.
It says, for thou art an holy people. It's talking about the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? This whole book of Deuteronomy is talking about us, the Israelites. And it says that for thou art an holy people. The Most High calls us an holy people. And the word holy means to be separate. It means to be separate or to be set apart. You understand? Let's get some more.
Come, unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
Have chosen who?
Thee.
Chose us. He chose us to be a special people. And why is that? And it's really not a surprise. You see us in all the sub genres of entertainment, whether you look at rap, whether you look at you know what I mean, and the Olympics, you know what I mean, basketball, whatever sport you want to name. We excel in every last one of those things right there, right? We're on the top of everything, right? And we cook the best, sing the best. Everything is, you know what I mean? We're on the top of everything. It's no wonder why the Lord said we're his chosen people, why we're special unto him, right? Let's get some more.
Come. The Lord thy selected to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. It didn't say some. It didn't say most. It didn't say a little bit. It didn't say any of that, 99%. It said above all people that are upon the face of this earth. That means, you know what I mean, we're better than everybody. We're better than everybody, but why doesn't it seem that way? Why doesn't it look that way right now? Why do we, you know what I mean, habitate, you know what I mean, the suffering and the poverty, the impoverished places on this in America. We living in all the ghettos and we suffering and dying, so I can being unalived in all these neighborhoods we in. Why is that? Why are we being starved out? You know what I mean? Why is the money being stolen out of our community like this? It's because, you know what I'm saying, we have chose to go against the Most High God. We've chosen to disobey him. We chose to choose another life. We chose to live another life than what he gave us. What he gave us was these laws, statutes, and commandments. What he gave us was, thou shalt not lie down with mankind as you would with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Paraphrasing it. That's what he gave us, but we chose to indulge in these other lifestyles. We chose to, you know what I mean, seek our own path. You know what I mean? We chose that way. Can I get the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 7? Chapter 3 and verse 7. Book of Proverbs, you know what I mean? Because we chose to live our own way. We chose to live our own path. We thought we were wiser than what the Most High said for us to do. We thought we were wiser. We thought we knew better than him. If I could.
God. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 7. Be not wise in thy own eyes.
Be not what?
Wise in thy own eyes.
Be not wise in your own eyes. You know what I'm saying? We thinking that we know everything. We think Oh man, it ain't nothing for me to just go ahead and smoke this blunt here and there. I'm gonna quit tomorrow. It ain't nothing for me to do this. You know what I mean? Sell a little weed, sell it, or somebody in the chat.
Oh, there you go.
Back on. All right, I heard. So yeah, back to what I was saying. On the book of Proverbs 3 and book of Proverbs chapter 3 verse 7 says, be not wise in thine own eyes. We can't be wise in our own eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we think that we could be, a sodomite. We think we can do that and still live. Not knowing the Most High gonna plague you, man. The Most High gonna give you AIDS to live with until you go. You understand? He's gonna give you different, STDs, to punish you for what you did. The Most High clearly says you can't be a sodomite, but we still chose to do it. We still chose to go down that path. We chose to sell weed and be a witch. When the Most High said, he shall not suffer a witch to live. Paraphrasing. These things we think we know best. We think we know how to live. When the Most High gave us, he showed us how to live. He showed us the ways to go if you want to seek life. But if we chose to do otherwise, we choose to be contrary to the law, then we suffer the punishments that come with it. Is there any more on that? You read a little more.
Come, sir.
Right.
Come. Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
We gotta fear the Most High, depart from evil, man. We can't, just feel like we doing whatever we want, and just because you feel like it doesn't mean you should do it. How do you fear the Most High? You know what I'm saying? Fearing, loving the Most High. You know what I mean? You gotta keep His commandments. You gotta keep the commandments. And Christians say they love God all day. Oh, I love God. I love God. I'll do this. I'll do that. I go to church every Sunday. I love God. And they don't know what the love of God is. They don't know how to love God. You understand? They don't know what love of the Most High is. Can I get the book of 1 John 2 and 3? I'm going to get up there with you real quick. You know what I'm saying? 1 John 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying? Christians swear up and down that they know the Most High and know how to serve Him. They know how to be on His good side. They know Him like they can call Him like he a phone call away or something. That's how they talk about how they know the Most High. When truthfully, they don't know a damn thing about the Most High. They don't know anything about this Bible. They don't know anything. They not no biblical scholars like we are in the U.P.K, where we can break these things down and figure out, what the Most High really wants out of us. You know what I mean? If you got it, you go ahead and read.
God, this is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we know that we know Him, if we keep His commandments.
This is how you know the Most High. You know the Most High if you keep His commandments. That's how you know the Most High. You don't know the Most High just by saying you know Him all day, telling a regular brother up the street, you know what I'm saying, that you know the Most High or you love the Most High. You know what I mean? You know the Most High by not speaking, by not talking. You know what I mean? It's the actions that you it's by action. And what you do is you gotta keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. We're reading it right now. It says, read that again. My bad.
God. And He, And hereby we know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
Right. If we keep his commandments. I think it's some more on that. Can you go to the next verse?
Verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
So whoever say or claims that they know the Most High, you know what I mean, and they don't keep his commandments, the Bible calls you a liar. The Most High says you're a liar. You know what I mean? You can't, this, you know what I mean, following the Most High is not what you think. I know we've been, you know, in this place, in this in a country called America for hundreds of years, you know what I'm saying, in captivity, and we've been taught through the Christian church that, you know, you love the Most High God by just saying it, or acting the damn fool, jumping around in the church like you got no sense, and you love the Most High based off that. But according to the Bible, that's sitting in every last one of y'all churches, that's sitting in there, all the benches in y'all churches, right, that y'all never pick up and read. It says in here, you know what I mean, you have to follow his commandments, and y'all don't even know a damn thing about his commandments. You know what I mean? Y'all think y'all gotta follow just the first 10. You know what I'm saying? And y'all don't even do that. Y'all can't even keep the commandment where it says, thou shalt not commit adulteries. You know what I mean? You can't even do that. In the Christian church, they're wide known for all the scandals in the church about sleeping with black men sleeping with another man's woman, men sleeping with children. You understand? That's what y'all known for. That's y'all works. In the U.P.K, we do otherwise, man. We teach the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments like it's supposed to be taught. And plus, we got the works to show that we doing what we need to be doing. Now, in the Christian church, their works is, like I said, child abuse, adultery, you know what I mean, profaning the dietary laws that the Most High gave to us, man, eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. When the Most High said we ain't supposed to do that, they cooking up whole swine head, a whore's head in the church. You know what I mean? And they don't give a damn about it. They don't care. They do not care. Go ahead.
Charles, you're saying it's so heavy because listen, in the scripture it says there's nothing new under the sun. I mean, and Jeremiah 23 and 23:1, where it says, "Woe unto the pastors,
right,
that scattered the sheep of my flock." That's exactly what these Christian pastors are doing. They're scattering the sheep of the flock. That's why a lot of people, when they leave Christianity, they just feel as though it's best not to be anything. Mm-hmm. Like Christianity don't leave you no hope. They don't give you no hope at all. I mean, once you feel like Christianity ain't it, you either be Islam, which is another form of Christianity, mm-hmm. or you just feel like you're atheist and you don't want to believe in none of it. Right. And now you're going off your own understanding. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
no, what you said is so heavy. Like what you said is so right. People leave the church not wanting to be anything. They don't even want to. They want to leave God behind if they leave the church, because they find out, man, I'm supposed to be learning about the Most High up in here, and I see what's going on. And they leave the church like, man, all right, I think I'm gonna go on another spiritual path. I'm gonna look at, you know, astrology. I'm gonna worship some rocks. I'm gonna have some little rocks and put them in my drawer and do that type of thing. They leave the church alone and not want to do anything, and you know, think that Most High is a fraud because they go in the church and they just leading the Lord's lost sheep astray, like the brother was just saying. You know what I mean? It's more on that scripture too. If you could go ahead and read.
Verse and the truth is not in him. Verse 5. But whosoever keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfect.
But what? From the top?
But whosoever keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfect. Hereby know we that we are in him.
Yeah, right. In him verily is the love of God perfected. You know what I'm saying? That's how you perfect the word of the love of the Most High. You gotta keep his commandments. You gotta do what he said. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta do. But in the church, you're not gonna get that. In the church, they lie about so many things. They lie about the color of Christ. You know what I mean? They got pictures in the church. They got him in the stained glass windows on the wall of him being white with a Roman attire on. That's woman attire too that they got him in. So like, but when the Bible, if you look in the Bible and the scriptures, the Most High had it in here where he's not described as a white man. He's not described as an Edomite. He's not described as any of those things. You know what I mean? Contrary to popular belief. We can get that too real quick. Book of Revelations, chapter 1:1, real quick. Because we gotta also, this is important to know too. It's important to know that who Christ really is and what he really looked like. You know what I mean? Because if we don't, then what we really doing? You're gonna end up worshiping and praying to a white God, white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? That it's not the time to be going into that right now. The time is to break free from the shackles, break free from the mental shackles that this oppressor has on us right now. And that's one of the many things. That's an excellent start, an excellent step forward to go for on if you want to break free. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
God. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ. Now,
this is the revelation of Jesus Christ. The word revelation means to reveal. Okay, in the Bible, it's about to reveal something, all right? You can skip down to verse 13.
God. Verse 13. In the midst of the seven candlesticks.
In the midst of the seven candlesticks, it's the seven churches that Paul set up, you know what I mean? That Christ set up. Go ahead.
God. One like unto the Son of Man.
One like unto the Son of Man. Now, this is talking about Christ, the Son of Man. Okay. Go ahead.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Clothed with a garment all the way down to the foot. So we got a long garment, just like you see brothers at the Passover with the glorious garments on at the Passover. We had the same type of garment on, coming all the way down to the foot. All right, go ahead.
And a girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
And he had, you know what I'm saying? That's talking about the girdle he had on. He had a golden girdle. A golden girdle. Like today, you know what I mean, is used for like exercise and everything like that. And it was like, we've used that in the past, like going to war to keep your midsection tight. You understand? So he had a golden girdle though. This is a pure golden girdle. Go ahead.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His hair and his hairs were white like wool. You know what I mean? White being the color, wool being the texture. You know what I'm saying? So he had white woolly hair. Who else on the planet other than black people have, woolly hair? You know what I mean? This is the truth about the Bible that we learn about right now. Your pastor is not going to open this up. He has no reason to open this up. He has no reason to go to this and teach his congregation who Jesus Christ really is and what tribe he really come from, what nation he comes out of, what he looks like. He will never go here. Why? Because he wants to keep lying to his people, lying to our people out there so we can stay led astray. You know what I'm saying? It says white, Salaki, white. Read that part again, Salaki, brother. From the top.
His head and his hair were white like wool.
Were white like wool. So that's one thing right there. Christ, he has woolly hair and it's all white. All right, go ahead.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. You know what I'm saying? Like he drank wine. You know what I mean? Scriptures say, Christ's eyes was red with wine. You know what I mean? It causes our eyes, brothers' eyes, to turn red after a while. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet like unto fine brass. Fine brass. Now, brass is already brown. It's already brown, right? And it's saying his feet is looking like fine brass. It's about to give us some more details on this. Go ahead.
If they, as if they burnt in a furnace.
As if they burnt in a furnace. So that it's not saying he's just brown. It's saying he's dark brown. Like he's real dark complexion. You know what I mean? That's what Christ really was. And leave it to your pastor, and you'll keep believing that Christ is white your whole life. You'll be thinking that Christ was an oppressor your whole life. You know what I mean? It's such a shame. Slavery is the worst thing a nation could go through, because that means you will follow another nation's culture from birth. From birth, you'll be learning another nation's language. You'll be learning their culture, the way they eat, the way they talk, how they like things to be. You know what I mean? And that's the worst thing you can go through. And instead of learning how your people do things, how your people talk, how your people cook things, you know what I mean, how your people set things up, events up, and whatever like that, what God you worship, that's what's important. But in this place, man, we learn the ways of the oppressor. We learn the ways of the oppressor, and that's not the way we should be. Can I get that real fast? Proverbs 3 and 31. Real fast. We learn we can't be, learning the ways of our oppressor. You know what I mean? Because if we do that, then what we got left? If we keep what the oppressor does as our own, our whole nation get wiped out. Our whole nation is done for. If we do that, we don't have anything to pass on to our children. You understand? If you got it, you go ahead and read. If you got it. You don't got it here. So in this book of Proverbs 3 and 3:31. You got it? Okay, good.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
It says, envy thou not the oppressor. We're not to envy him. We're not to want to do the things our oppressor does. He likes celebrating these vain pagan holidays. Let him do that. That's not our business to be trying to mix in with him and celebrate these pagan holidays. What we're supposed to be doing is getting back together and following the Most High God. But, you know what I mean, you envying the oppressor, we just going to be following his way of life. We're going to be looking at things he think is great. And our culture get completely wiped out. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Count God and choose none of his ways.
And choose none of his ways. The Most High knows better than man. He knows better than man. And if we get the book of Leviticus 20:26, right? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
God, this scripture is so heavy because if you look at us today, you know what I mean, since we came to America, you know what I mean, and they let us go out of those shackles, we tried to be like the white man, and it ain't do nothing but kept us at the bottom.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, when we had that Black Wall Street, we was striving. We had our own banks. We had our own bank stores. I mean, we was each other landlords. Like, we had everything basically. And once we started to join with the white man, it's like now all we do is stand outside that liquor store.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, or try to come up with OnlyFans just to survive, just to pay the rent, things like that. It's like,
and you're right. You know what I mean? You're absolutely right. What you're saying is so heavy. You know what I mean? We standing right out the liquor store, right out the the poppy store, or Salaka, the little, what you call it, the drug paraphernalia stores that we used to own. We used to own them stores. You know what I'm saying? And now we standing outside of them. You know what I mean? We standing right outside these stores, and we used to own them. And we got to thank Martin Luther King for that, because we had them stores before. We had them all, but we was told to give them up. You know what I mean? And that's the cost of joining to your oppressor, envying your oppressor. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man, we've been envying our oppressor. We've been trying to look like them and talk like them. You know what I'm saying? We was just going over in class yesterday. You know what I mean? The other tribes about the deportation and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? There was a sister that was relying on Trump to give her papers to come over here, but when he got elected, left her high and dry. You know what I'm saying? We keep putting our trust in these oppressors, man. We not gonna get anywhere. We put our trust in these oppressors, man. We're gonna get left behind. Their best interests at heart, you know what I'm saying? What they're thinking in their head, they don't want us to ever rise. They don't want us to ever have anything, any structure in our communities. That's why they have family court laws in place where the black man get kicked out of a household. You know what I'm saying? And then the children grow up without a father, hitting the streets, killing his brothers, unaliving his brothers, and dogging his sisters out. This is how we've been taught here for hundreds and hundreds of years in America. You got something else you want to say?
What you bringing out is heavy because I got a precept on that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, this is one of the oppressors.
I get it. I know what you got. Go ahead. Yeah.
If there be any error against this people, it's like, you want to break it down?
Yeah.
Right.
If you want to, whatever you want to do.
I'll read it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people. Now,
this right here, man, this should open our eyes up, right? So, this is another nation talking to a leader in their nation. You know what I'm saying? And he's giving him game on us, like how to really come at us if they're trying to overtake us. Go ahead. It says, all right, my Lord and Governor, go ahead.
And if they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Right. If we sin against the Most High, they know, all right, it's game time. We can come at them now. You know what I'm saying? It's our time to come at them because they sinning against their God. You know what I mean? Whenever we disobey the Most High God, you know what I mean? We open game for these other nations, man. And we become defeated. Go ahead. It's more on that too.
And we shall overcome them. Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
right,
let my Lord now pass by.
If there be no iniquity amongst this nation, amongst the nation of Israel, if they sin not against their God, if they keeping all the laws, statutes, and commandments of their God, and they looking good in the sight of the Most High God, Lord, just pass by them. Walk, don't do nothing to them. Just walk right past them. Leave them alone. Right. You know what I'm saying? Don't touch them because the Most High is going to do something against us. Go ahead.
Come. Lest their Lord defend them and their God be for them, and we will become a reproach before all the world. Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know they'll be destroyed right before our eyes if, you know what I mean, they try to decide to come against us and we doing everything the Most High says for us to do. We keeping the high holy days. We keep, you know what I mean, the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. We ain't doing each other wrong and dirty. We keeping the brotherhood strong. We'll never be defeated. We'll stay on top. There's another precept in Deuteronomy 28, too, verse 7, if you want to get that real quick. You want to say something, too? Go ahead.
If I could, just the definition of reproach. Said, for when it said...
they can hear you, too, right?
Come. But when it said... and it says, and we will become a reproach before all the world. The word reproach means address someone in such a way as to express disapproval or disappointment.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Damn right. And these other nations, they know better. They would know better, you know what I mean, if we didn't do iniquity against the Most High God. You know what I mean? Another scripture, right? You want to say something else? Go ahead.
And to add to it, like that scripture is so heavy because they know that.
Right.
That's something we need to know. We need to get that in order to where as though we know we need to come back into these laws, statutes, and commandments. We need to come back into our culture, our way of living. You know what I mean? And stop trying to live like every other culture, every other oppressor that's sitting there that's just waiting to destroy you, us. It's like,
damn right.
Deuteronomy
28:7.
28:7. Oh, come on, you got it. Read it.
Come on, you got it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 7. The Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten with thy that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
Before our faces. You know what I'm saying? The Most High said our enemies that come up against us, we'll smite them before our faces, man. How do we get the Most High to do that? I mean, we catching hell from each side, from all fronts. You know what I mean? From the damn Planned Parenthood against the, you know, the police brutality here in America. You know what I mean? That we can't catch a break. We can't catch a break. They have us going into these slaves and working us to death in these slaves. You know what I mean? We cannot catch a break. But the Most High said, "Listen, man, I'm gonna smite these enemies of yours in front of y'all face." And how do we get the Most High to do that? Let's get it.
God. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
And they'll flee. See, they're gonna come against us from 7 ways, and they'll flee from us 7 different ways. You know what I mean? Fleeing, running scared. Go ahead.
Verse 8. The Lord shall command thee, the Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that.
Oh, Salaki. I think Salaki. Verse Salaki.
That's verse 8.
Right. Verse 8. I'm saying, but yeah. Let me see. Right. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 8. The Lord shall command the blessings upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou sittest thy hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Right. So the Most High God said, man, you know what I mean? He'll destroy our enemies right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? And we do that by, you know, keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. We do that by keeping what he says, man, and do what he says for us to do. You know what I mean? If we don't, we'll just be, you know what I mean? We'll be destroyed. We'll be on the other side of that. We'll be on the other side of that, man. We'll be destroyed in front of our enemies, you know what I mean? Have us fleeing 7 different ways, you know what I mean? That's the importance with keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I mean? If we get the book of Leviticus 20:26, you know what I mean? One of the things that we do, you know what I mean, that the wrong things that we do, the habits that we pick up here in this place is trying to join all these other nations. And I see what joining these nations has done to us. You know what I mean? Over the years, I've been seeing, you know what I mean? I look around, you know, I say this all the time, like the train station, wherever train station I'm at, whether I'm here in Philly or in Trenton, you know what I mean? I see like, you know what I mean, Edomites and oppressors, you know what I mean? They got their big suitcases and everything like that, and they coming from wherever they coming from, and they going to a nicer neighborhood than where all the other brothers and sisters they going to. Or it might be brothers just sitting on the sidewalk or laying on the sidewalk, catching some Z's on the sidewalk, while oppressors, they going and going to their nice suburb and whatnot, you know what I mean? While we're left destroyed, you know what I mean, just on the side and neglected in the low state. You know what I mean? This is how we have to, this is the things we have to, like, you know what I mean, instill in our head. You know what I mean? But drop that real quick, right? And let's get the book of Romans 10 and 1.
Okay. This is the book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart desire and my heart desire and prayer to God for Israel is.
Now this is Paul. Paul saying, like, now this is going into, like, you know what I mean, what the Most High really wants. You know what I mean? This is the word of God. This whole Bible right here, word of God. You know what I mean? And Christians might not like this scripture right here, right? But it says, read again. Now this is Paul saying, brethren, my heart's desire. This is his desire. Go ahead.
God. Brother, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
That we might be saved. You know what I mean? We the ones that need saving the most. Like I was just going over how we suffering for real in this place, how we suffering and we forgotten. Yeah, ain't no sweat. How we forgotten and neglected in this place, how we are the ones suffering the most in this place, how nobody is trying to come to our aid. You know what I mean? Every day we're being unalive on a daily basis here in America, and no one's coming to our help. Even the Hamites that everybody look at as our people over there in Africa. Everybody love and look at Africa, you know what I'm saying, as something special and as you know what I mean, something we should look at as our own. Everybody going into Ghana, going into Ghana thinking you got a new home there. Meanwhile, you getting robbed blind. You're getting robbed blind, and they don't even care. They'll do it right in front of your face. They'll, you know, highway robbery right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do nothing about it. And then taxing you crazy over there. Like, it's just not for us. You know what I mean? It says, for my heart, so like a brother, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. Because we the ones that need saving.
Right. All
these other nations, man, they got missiles and drones, you know what I'm saying, that they put in the skies, and they have scare tactics, all these nuclear bomb and nuclear missiles and everything that they can flex to these other nations. They got tanks, they got this, they got that. We don't have that. We don't have any of that. We don't have we don't have all these all the weaponry that they got, man. The you know what I mean, the weapons of our warfare is not carnal. You know what I'm saying? The most high fights for us. But these other nations, they got all these weapons and technology. We don't have that. They got slaves working for them. America has slaves. They got us on the bottom of the society making this country run damn near. You know what I mean? We the ones need saving. I don't think the oppressor needs any saving. Go ahead, you wanted to say something, right?
Oh God. I was gonna say these other nations come into your hood to get rich off.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. That's a fact. These other nations, they come to our hood, get rich off of us. They open up shop, open up Chinese restaurants in our neighborhood. You know what I mean? And black men is outside, you know what I mean, giving them all the money, you know what I mean, to get something to eat, because why? The black woman in the household ain't trying to cook nothing for them. The black woman in the household, you know what I mean, our sisters throwing brothers out because we've been so destroyed from the head to the toe, you know what I mean, as a nation, you know what I mean, as a one body, as a nation, we've been destroyed that much thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? And it's time for that to end. You know what I mean? It's time for that to end. We're in a time right now where hell could be breaking loose any second. You know what I mean? Where a plane could fall out the damn sky and hit any damn place. It hit you on the head, like General Muhammad said in his class. You know what I mean? Like, we have to really, you know what I mean, watch how we have to really hold ourselves to a higher standard. We have to have a moral compass. And that's something we lacked for 400 years in America. You know what I mean? We lacked the morale, the moral code that we were supposed to have, is that actually been stripped from us, that we have to come back to. No more smoking weed, you know what I'm saying? And no more smoking weed in front of the children. You shouldn't be smoking weed at all. But brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? We have a problem. We smoking weed in front of the children. The demon is so strong with them. Sometimes brothers and sisters, you know what I mean, give the damn blunt to the damn baby. I seen that on camera too. We have to really, you know what I mean? We have to really think about what we're doing. And are we even thinking about each other as a nation? Are we really even thinking responsibly? Like, all right, we need to put things in place like these other nations do. These other nations, they hold councils amongst themselves on how they need to push forward with their country, what laws they need to put in place, you know what I mean, to keep everything in control the way they want it, you know what I mean? But we don't have that. We don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and read some more on that.
Verse 2. For I bear them record,
right,
that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
They have a zeal for God, Brothers have a strong zeal for God. They look at God. They look for God in the weed they smoke. They make weed their God. You know what I'm saying? Every time I wake up in the morning, you ain't brushing your teeth. You ain't going to wash your face. You hitting the blunt. You sparking the blunt up. You know what I mean? You making the weed your God. You making that your deity that you look up to. You understand? Go ahead.
Tom, that's heavy because if you look at it, Black and Hispanic people are the main ones that's in these Christian churches or even in these Muslim mosques. I mean, even when you want to take it back into when Moses took us out of the land of Egypt, they wound up building a golden calf just to serve. Right. Because they wanted to serve a God. You know what I mean? So when you look at that and look at us today, how we just in and out of these different philosophies and religions and things like that, that goes to show that we Israelites.
Right. It shows we Israelites. You know how also it shows we Israelites? We go out on the corner and tell you to stop killing, tell our people to stop killing each other. We need to stop unaliving each other. We need to stop, you know what I mean, selling drugs to one another. And then they turn around, throw bottles at us. Threatening us. When we really, you know, you're not really beefing with us, you're beefing with the Most High, because these ain't our words. These not our words, these the Most High's words. You understand? So, like, you know what I mean? That could tell you, you know, that could tell anybody we Israel right there. Those that type of reaction right there is so Israel. But like right here it says, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. But not according to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Our zeal for God is, like I said, you're looking for the next time you can get high. You know what I mean? Your God is in the feeling of being high. You know what I'm saying? That's your God right there. You know what I mean? Or like brother was saying, Muslim mosque, Christian church, 7-day Adventist. All these different religions we looking into, like it's something special up in there, like it's wisdom in there. But then they all come back to the Bible for some reason. They all quoting scriptures. They all quoting precepts. You understand? But they don't want to do anything this Bible say. They don't want to do nothing the Bible say. Nah, they just want to quote precepts to benefit their lust, to benefit whatever hustle they got going on. You know what I mean? To keep us on the bottom. But since 1969, the Most High gave us His truth, and we bashing all lies. We bashing all lies, and we casting out all the demons. Right. You understand? So it says, for I bear them record. They have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. You know what I mean? What's knowledge? What's the knowledge? Let's hold this right here. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs again. I believe it's 1 and 5. If I'm not mistaken, but I'm gonna meet you there. Meet you there real quick. What's knowledge according to the Bible? According to the Bible, what is knowledge? You understand? These pages ripped. You know what I mean? Let me see. Yup. Let me see. What is it? Yup. Proverbs 1 and 7.
7.
Come.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. That's how you gain knowledge. You think you gain knowledge by going ahead and learning in the schools our oppressors set up. Even though there's nothing wrong with that, and you should go ahead and do that. But real wisdom is fearing the Most High God. That's how you live. That's how you find life. You know what I'm saying? You want to go into being unalive. You do everything, any and everything that's contrary to what the Most High said. You know what I mean? And if you read on, it says, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. You know what I mean? So if you go back to Romans, right, it says, but not according to knowledge. Because and that means following the real, like the only one and true and living God. You only do that by fearing the Lord. And you only know how to do that by reading these scriptures, you know what I mean, getting taught. You know what I mean? You can't just go up in here and start reading scriptures on your own
and thinking you understand and got all the knowledge and thinking you know everything. You know what I mean? These things have to get taught. Christians do that. The Christians read up the Bible on their own and come up with different things, with crazy things all the time. You know what I mean? They read John 3:16 and thinking that Christ is coming back to save everybody. They read certain scriptures in the Bible and they think God loves everybody. They read things in the Bible and say we can't hate anybody. It's wrong to hate, and we should love, love, love. When all that is Martin Luther King verbiage and Martin Luther King's doctrine that he taught us in the black community. We wouldn't even be spewing that if he ain't say that out of his mouth when he was on his little false mission. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Do you think?
Go ahead. The book of Proverbs, chapter 5, verse 12. Salaki. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 5, verse 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye need that one teacher teach you again, which is the first principle of the oracles of God.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
No, go ahead. Good morning.
And are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
That's what y'all need. Y'all need milk scriptures. You need the milk. You don't need actual, like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, a baby, feeding a baby steak. Feeding the baby well done steak. You understand? Baby needs, you know, Similac and all that stuff. You know what I mean? A mother's milk. You know what I mean? When you first coming up in here and learning these scriptures, or anybody just reading the scriptures, you can't just open it and thinking you're going to understand it. You're not going to understand the damn thing. Go ahead.
That's 11 because, you know, when you first realize you're Israelite, I mean, you watching these different camps and things like that, you go, like, we get the cut scriptures rather than trying to, because I asked something, like, you would ask me when I first came, heard I was an Israelite, you would ask me, well, how Jesus is black. How do God love everybody? I want to know that. But I know how to cut you in certain things. You know what I mean? So that's heavy.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? That's how we learn. You get taught. And we all came up in here not knowing a damn thing. And we was taught. And you know what I mean? That's how you do it. You don't get taught in a Christian church. They're going to teach you to be the biggest disgusting sodomite you could be. They're going to teach you how to sing real good. You're going to be the best singer in the world. You're going to be the best singer in your city. You know what I mean? You go up in there and they teach you and let them be your overlords and all that. They'll teach you how to be the best singer. You're going to be the best dancer. You're going to be the best. You're going to have the best mind work. You're going to be the best at doing all them majestic dances that they do in here. But you're not going to be a priest and prophet of the Most High. You're not going to be, you know what I mean, a man of the Lord. You're not going to be a strong man of God. They'll teach you, you know what I mean, the wrong ways to go. In the book of Proverbs, you know what I mean, it says, you know, we ought to train up a child in the way he should go. That when he get older, you know, he may not walk away from it. Paraphrasing it. You know what I'm saying? But like, we have to raise up our children the right way. You bring in I got you. 1 second. Yeah, you can pull it if you want. Yeah, but why are you doing it? Yeah. If we bring our children into the churches, you leading your children into the slaughter. They sheep walking to the slaughter. You understand? Like, you bringing your children to the same exact spot where they're going to get abused, where you put them in situations where they're going to get harmed. And we don't understand that now. Like, we see all the scandals going on. We see T.D. Jakes and what he got going on, the power bottom. You know what I'm saying? And Kirk Franklin and all his homeboys, you feel me? Like, we see what's going on, but we don't want to adhere to the fact that they might be wrong. They might not be men of God. You know what I'm saying? Or you just like them. Let's get it. If you got it, you go ahead and read. Oh, you still looking for it? I think it's like 22:16, something like that. 22:17.
No, that's 26.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you know what I mean? We gotta lead you got it? Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
Says what?
Train up a child in the way he should go.
It says train up a child in the way he should go. We have to do that now. You're not doing that teaching them an Arab's God religion. You're not teaching them how to go in the right path by bringing them in a Muslim mosque, putting a kufi on his head, putting a little dress on him. You know what I'm saying? And thinking he's gonna be a strong black man after that. You gotta teach him his real identity. You gotta teach him real laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You gotta teach him his real language. You gonna teach him Arabic. You're gonna have him go up in there and learn Arabic and greeting people in Arab language. You know what I'm saying? Aramaic language. That's not the way we should do it. Are we Arabs? That's the question we gotta ask ourselves. Are we Arabs? And if not, then why are we in that religion? If not, why are we following their God? If not, why are we bound down to their rock? Why are we worshiping their rock like it's something special? Why are we worshiping their rock like that rock can get up and do something majestic or something crazy that make us all want to just bow down to it? A rock is a rock. A rock can't do anything. A rock can't get up and talk. He can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not mobile. It stays in one spot unless somebody moves it. That rock has no power unless somebody picks it up and throw it at somebody. That rock has nothing. You understand? The rock is like, you know, it's vain. And there's a scripture in that too. That was the end of that scripture, right? Deuteronomy 28:64. Probably sure. All right, no sweat. You know what I'm saying? If we not Arabs, why bow down to them? You're gonna be third class citizen anyway in their religion, in whatever they got going on. You're gonna be selling bean pies and oils for them, and them stinking oils for them. You know what I mean? That's all you're gonna be doing, and selling newspapers. You got it? Good.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Now, we're scattered abroad. We're scattered on all four corners of the earth. All right? And being that we're going to be scattered, we scattered right now. North, Central, South America, the Caribbean, Canada, overseas. You understand? We everywhere. We in all four corners of the earth. All right? Now, being that we in all these other nations, we inside all these other nations, right? And we don't have our own. This is what happens. Go ahead.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Right.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And there we're going to serve other gods. Other gods. And you know, we about to find out which ones right now. Go ahead.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even what?
Wood and stone.
Wood and stone. Wood being that fake image of Caesar Borgia that everybody got in their church thinking that it's Christ. But then the stone, that's the stone in Mecca. That's that, you know, cobblestone in Mecca that brothers go over there and worship. You know what I mean? Brothers want to be a part of the Muslim mosque and worship. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord calls it a dumb stone. It's a dumb stone. It doesn't do anything. It can't speak. It can't do a damn thing. So what makes it so worthy of being worshipped? What makes it worthy of being worshipped? Not a damn thing. But you doing it for one reason and one reason only. You love the Arabs more than you love your own people. You willing to bow down to an Arab rather than being a part of your own people, rather than worshiping a nigga god. You know what I'm saying? All these damn gods, all these gods on the earth, whether it be Hinduism and you know, we speak about Islam now, Christianity, you understand? All these religions that's on the earth, you know what I mean? And we gotta choose a nation, other nation's God. We have to choose Buddha. We have to choose Buddha for real. Like, we can't choose. Where's the nigga God at? That's what Commander YAHANNA been saying, you know what I mean, for as long as, like, his long time in his truth. He been saying, like, you know what I mean, where is the nigga God? Can we speak to the nigga God? Or can we, where is he at? What does he want from us? How can we be on his side? And where can we find him? You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean, we would have never thought it would have been in this Bible. We would have never thought it would have been in the Bible, which we had in our own houses, in your grandmama's crib, in your mama's crib, your auntie's crib, you know what I'm saying? For your whole life, it was, you know what I mean? They had these scriptures. They have the oracles of God in their own house, but we never known the nigga God was in there the whole time. You understand? Go ahead.
Straight out is heavy because, I mean, we never known it because growing up, all our superheroes was white.
That too.
You know, right. All our superheroes was white man, and then they pushed the Caesar Borgia guy on this. So we'll never think or look to be like, okay, I can be something other than what they tell us we're gonna be. Like,
damn right. Looking at anime, Dragon Ball Z, things like that, want to be like other people when we're never depicted as anything other than being drug dealers and unalivers on camera, on TV shows. On TV shows, they have us to be like some sort of punk or something on the TV shows. They have us being like we some pushovers on the TV shows, on the cartoons or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everything in this place is working against us. Everything in this place works against us. Nobody really wants us to, you know what I mean, be looking strong in this place. Nobody want our children to look up to something that's strong. They want us to look up to Malcolm X, who sold us out at the end. You know what I'm saying? They want us to look up to Martin Luther King and you know what I mean, Elijah Muhammad, all these different people, because they're gonna lead us to the wrong path. They're gonna lead us down the wrong road. They want us in this type of destruction. You know what I mean? But but yeah, they want us in a time of destruction. You know what I mean? So if I go back to Romans, where we were at, before I grab the precept, right? Romans 10:3 says this right here. It says this right here. Book of Romans chapter 10, verse 3. For they, being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. You know what I'm saying? Because we, in this place, we tend to look for our own righteousness. Like, we have our own ways that we think is righteous. We have our own ways or we think is the right way to go. You understand? Like I was saying earlier, I can smoke this blunt. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna smoke this blunt and I'm gonna be cool tomorrow. I'm gonna smoke this blunt and it's not gonna harm nobody that's around me. Shalom, sir. Lord Christ, y'all about to smoke. Dog, you want the class? You want the class, sir? To what? Oh, yeah, come. Ain't no sweat. Come. So I was just saying, like, yeah. If I read the third verse again, it says, for they, being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. When we go ahead and do these things that we feel like is right, that's our downfall. That's the beginning of our downfall, man. I could smoke this blunt and I'll be all right. It's not gonna harm nobody around me. It's not gonna harm my children. My children not gonna get affected by it. You understand? The people that I'm staying with not gonna get affected by it. They children not gonna get affected by it. When in fact, yeah, it's affecting everybody. What if everybody? Not everybody want to smoke weed, bro. Yeah, Romans 10:3. Romans 10:3. Not everybody want to do that. Not everybody want to do things you into. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? When you go ahead and think you can do whatever you want to do, you're going about your own righteousness, and you're not going about seeking after God's righteousness. God's righteousness is not like you. He don't think like you. You know what I'm saying? He says, man, his thoughts is way higher than ours. You know what I'm saying? His righteousness is don't be a sodomite. Right. His righteousness is, you can't be a whore. You can't be a whore. Salakazar?
No, I was saying.
Yeah, Khan. You can't be a whore. You know what I'm saying? Like it say in Deuteronomy 23 and 17. You know what I mean? You can't be a whore. We can get that real quick too, but sure. If we could.
Yeah, if I could.
Oh yeah, Khan.
I want to say what you're saying is heavy because, like we just in class yesterday, just like if you look at through history, right? You look through history, you can read the Bible and see what happened when we were being wicked, right? Wasn't doing what Most High said to do.
Right.
Today, 2025, if we stop being hoes, stop doing the drugs and doing all the nasty and vile actions, we'll be able to reap the benefits of our actions.
Right.
When it, good things. But now we're reaping the bad things. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, you bringing up the fact that just about whoredom, that's a huge demon out here.
Right.
You know what I mean? As soon as you hit puberty, before you hit puberty, you know what I mean? You got young boys on the block. What we talking about? Yeah, yo, yeah. I'm trying to get with Keisha.
Right.
You know what I mean? What's up? You know what I mean? That used to be the whole mission when I was a young boy. We about to get the shorties. You know what I'm saying? We trying to do this and that with them. And then you got the young girls, right? What they doing? They along with the play. They like, yeah, I'm trying to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
Young as hell. And then we realize why we're so desensitized.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What you bringing out so heavy? I saw a video on Facebook, 13-year-old, out there giving it up, having it for sale. You know what I mean? In California. It looked like it was California. I seen the palm trees in the sky and all that. It was a 13-year-old giving it up on the street for sale. You seen that video on Facebook?
Are you talking about the young lady on the interviews? I think it was like Underbelly. The white guy who do like the interviews. It
was her mother out there stopping her from selling it on the street. And it looked like California because I'm looking at the palm trees.
It's California. Out there, if I could, out there, it's a real bad thing with prostitution.
Right.
Like that is like prostitution capital. If people want to go see some horror stories and why this is so heavy, it's young girls on YouTube talking about how, it was poor, it was touched by their boyfriend, whatever, a girlfriend was like, yo, girl, we about to make this money. Boom, now they in the game. And they like, well, they get addicted to making money. So they don't care about giving their body to a man. You know what I mean? These men is chomos. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
right. You mess with little kids, but that's how sick this world is. And what you bringing out is heavy because we gotta protect our babies. We gotta protect our little girls, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a cold world. It's only gonna get colder until Christ gets back.
Damn right. It's gonna get real bad. You know what I'm saying? We think it's bad now. Imagine when we ain't got no food in the grocery stores. Grocery stores shut down. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna do then? You know what I mean? Scripture said, wait, you got it though, right? Oh shit. You got the precept, right?
Deuteronomy what?
23:17.
God, this is your book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 17. But thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites and the Amorites.
That's not it. It's a lot.
He said 20 and 17?
23 and 17.
Oh, Slovakia. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
No what?
Whores of the daughters of Israel.
There shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel, man. Our daughter, like we was just saying earlier, prostitution is going at a high rate, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether they want to claim it or not, our sisters out here, giving it up, you know what I'm saying, for for a damn, you know what I mean, McDonald's meal, whatever, right? Or, you know what I mean, like I was saying earlier with the sister, you know what I mean, giving it up on the street, dressed half naked and all that, you know what I mean, prostitution in California. And it's like, you know, that's a damn epidemic that we have going on here in America today, because, you know what I mean, imagine if all that stopped. Imagine if we brought up our daughters in the correct way they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? In the past, it said our daughters was so delicate that they never wanted, they never suffered their feet to touch the ground. You know what I mean? They was delicate like that, where they ain't trying to touch the ground. They feet, they just, you know what I mean? They just how they rolled back then. You know what I mean? But now our sisters done grown hard and bitter, you know what I'm saying? And bitter towards their man too, might I add. And that's what happens when you do that. That's what happens when our women get used and abused like that. You know what I'm saying? And all this is all the blame lays at the feet of the white man, of the oppressor. Because if it wasn't for him, man, and putting all these different things in effect, if it wasn't him lying to our woman, you know what I mean, saying that they'll be a god, just like they did in the garden. Just like they did in the garden, telling Eve, man, you'll be like a god. You'll be a god. That's what he's doing to these sisters today. Within all the you know what I mean, the reality shows and everything like that, reality shows and putting them up higher above everybody. You know what I mean? This is the things that we must, you know what I mean, we must look at and feel and put to an end. If I could, can I get Romans 13 and 11?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time,
and that
now,
right, go ahead.
And that knowing the time, that now is high time.
Now it is high time. We gotta know what time we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? All the wars popping off. You know what I'm saying? Famine, pestilences going down, man. Like, and planes falling out the sky, mass shootings going on everywhere. We have to understand the signs of the times, man. Now is the time to really come in this truth and learn who you are, learn how to purge the demons out of your spirit, learn how to really be a righteous man of God, learn how to really, you know what I mean, fight demons correctly, and learn how to get rid of and kill them demons. You understand? So you can live righteously. You know what I mean? Go ahead, sir, or whoever.
It is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Yeah, we gotta wake out of sleep, because you know what I mean, salvation is around the corner. Salvation around the corner. We don't know when Christ's gonna come back. He can come back any moment. But when he does come back, we gotta make sure that we really working, that we doing what, you know what I mean, what he said for us to do, that we not hating one another, that we not, you know what I mean, having an evil eye towards one another, that we not really, you know what I mean, doing each other wrong. I mean, Christ wanted us to follow each other. Wanted us to love one another like he loved us. You know what I'm saying? He said, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye love one another, that ye have love one to another. This is how we have to look at each other and treat each other. We have to treat each other with love and, you know what I mean, and care. We have to be courteous to one another, man. Because if we don't, you know what I mean, who else gonna love each other? Who else gonna love us like we would love each other? We have to really get back to that, because now it's too much hate nowadays within our community. In the Black community, we learn to love, and we learn to hate each other, unalive each other, sell drugs, and abuse one another, because that's what we've been taught by our slave master. You know what I mean? But really, that ain't how it's supposed to be. How it's supposed to be is how Christ said it was supposed to be, and that's how God wanted to be. That we really come together under one body, in one spirit, under one banner, in the U.P.K, the I.S.U.P.K, you understand? And this is what we need to do. Come up in here and learn the real meaning of how you serve the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? with that, I'm gonna click class right there. So with that, this is I'm preaching officer 500 Mathumia out of I.S.U.P.K. started 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jerry YAHANNA. We've been teaching this truth about the Bible since 1969. We're gonna continue to do that until our King come back and give us, this world to rule over. You understand? And with that, shalom. And we're gonna pass.